Hello, amazing humans. Just popping in today for a short video about stop saying I don't know. So, if you're new to my channel, I talk about empowerment, empowering yourself, energy work, and law of attraction, manifestation, all the things to create a life that you love living. And I'm Kimberly. So, why do I say stop saying I don't know? Well, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm going to share a story first. And this is why it was brought to my awareness. But for years, I hear this question almost every single day. Mom, and there may not even be a mom because it might be my husband. What's for dinner? And my usual response is, I don't know. Or, well, what do you want? And then they're like, well, I don't know. Then why'd you ask me what's for dinner if you don't have any suggestions of what's for dinner? So that's a really simple way of saying I don't know, but that then bleeds over or flows over into when you're asked the big questions like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, what's your life purpose? Like, what do you want? And a lot of times, our usual response is, I don't know. So, and when we're saying, I don't know, what we're doing is we're affirming, I don't know. So we're affirming to create more, I don't know questions or I don't know circumstances or I don't know solutions. And so I think tomorrow I'll be talking a little bit, are you feeling stuck and go into that a little bit more. But when we say I don't know, we're kind of disempowering ourselves. And I think too, it stems maybe back from when we were in school. We were asked a question, we had to quickly answer. And I can remember like I used to do the multiplication times tables. Again, that they may not even do that anymore, but the faster you were and being able to answer, the better time you got, and then you got prize and all the things. So if we don't know the answer, and for me as a child, there were times where teachers would ask me a question, I wouldn't know the answer, and so I would say something, and I remember one where she embarrassed me because I didn't know the answer. So it became kind of like a defense mechanism of saying, I don't know. So, and then I don't know underneath of that. And again, this kind of it there's a lot here, but I'm just trying to keep it simple and to the point today. And I sometimes think I make these videos just as a reminder for myself too, even though I also think that the information is valuable for you guys. So I don't know became of behind that was, well, I'm stupid, or I don't know how to do this, or you fill in the blank of I don't know. I don't know feels safe. If I say I don't know, then somebody else has to figure it out. And so that's very disempowering. We give our power away when we say, I don't know. And then again, there's the I don't know is affirming, I don't know. So you get more of that. So I want to give you some tips or ways to, instead of saying, I don't know, maybe the first thing to do is to ask yourself or to pay attention throughout the rest of today, maybe tomorrow. How often do you say, I don't know? And I laugh because I literally say, I don't know, at least once a day. And I'm working on that as well now that I've brought it to my awareness and now I'm bringing it to your awareness. So instead of saying, I don't know what's for dinner, I can say, let me get back to you on that. Or, that's an interesting question. Or, oh, that's a good question. Let me get back to you. So if you can learn to take the pause before you answer, we can allow the solutions or the answer to bubble up. And we don't always have to answer. We could turn the question to somebody else. Well, what do you want to have for dinner? And then if they say, I don't know, say, well, then let me know when you decide what you want for dinner, instead of taking it back on ourselves and saying, I don't know. And there are times where, and I'm using the dinner as an example just because it's funny and it's been a long running joke. One of my children, when they were little or younger, used to say, Mom, what's for dinner tomorrow? And I would be like, I don't know. We made dinner today. So, but again, I get it. We have questions and we want answers. So if you're looking for answers or solutions and you're saying, I don't know in other areas of your life, this is just to bring awareness that you can say, you can just take that pause. You can go, that's interesting. Let me think about that. Or let me see where, what's within me that, and allow that solution or that answer to bubble up. And again, the dinner question is a simple one, but it's the analogy or the example that I have to share with you. And then the other one I'll give you another example. My clients, I ask them, they're like, this is what's going on, and I don't know what to do. See, there's that, I don't know what to do. And so I asked them, well, what do you want? Right now in this moment, what do you want? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, stop saying I don't know. Just pause, give it some space, breathe, allow the answer to bubble up within you. And a lot of times I'll get, well, it would be nice if, if this, and this happened. Or maybe it's a more direct question. And they're like, well, I just want to be happy. Okay, well, what can you do right in this moment to feel happy? So again, it's taking that pause and taking back your power so that you're not just affirming I don't know and still getting the I don't know answers or the solutions. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that that resonated with someone today. Again, I when things are brought to my awareness, I really think that sometimes when, as a creative and as a coach, things are brought to our awareness, through either our clients or through our own lives, that I feel like, that's something that I might want to look at. So, and again, we are human, and it's okay to say, I don't know. Just maybe start paying attention to how often you say it. And then now that you have that awareness, you can be like, oh, wait, you know what? Let's try something different. Let's try something new. Let me pause. Let me take a breath. Let me take a beat and see what bubbles up. And maybe the answer is there and maybe it's not, but you're giving it time for you to step in and trust your intuition and going within so that you can answer the question or that you have a better idea of what it is that you want. The other thing too that just kind of came up is that, you know, when we empower ourselves to allow the answers to bubble up, it feels more powerful, like more empowering, like we're trusting our intuition more. And we're no longer like, I guess, trying to avoid and maybe not really say what it is that we want. I think sometimes we don't actually verbalize what we want because we're afraid to say it out loud. And I catch my clients doing that too. I'll ask them a question and they haven't actually said it out loud to themselves. Like they haven't accepted that, like, this is what I want. And it doesn't matter what they want. Maybe it's they want a loving relationship. And if they don't say it out loud, then it's like, I can't be hurt, or it doesn't have to be real. I can just kind of want it here in the background. But when you're asked those questions, bringing it out allows you to examine it and look at it and decide and choose, and then start affirming what it is that you actually want. So again, it goes back to just empowering you and giving you a new way of looking at, I don't know. So stop saying, I don't know, and maybe go, that's an interesting question, or, I'm curious to see how I feel about that, or, I'm curious to see what comes up, just leaving that open space for it to just bubble up to the surface and come out. So again, I hope this resonates with someone and that maybe you needed to hear this today. And if you haven't already, if you're loving my content, please hit that subscribe button and give me a heart. Comment down below if you think, or tell me how many times a day do you say, I don't know. I'd love to hear it. And maybe share down below instead of saying, that's interesting. What would you say in place of, I don't know? Give me some other suggestions. So I love to engage with you guys, and I love, hearing what your thoughts are, because I grow and learn too. I'm just as human as you are. And this is a journey. So let's enjoy it together. So until the next time, go be an amazing human. Lots of love, light, and really big hugs. Mwah.